Hey everyone, and welcome back. So it's Monday, it's time for Reacts, and this one's a little bit different. So a while ago, I came across a video by GeoPeter, or his second channel, Petery, where he was trying out UK snacks. And like with most companies or whatever that send these out, I suspect anyway, basically none of it was really kind of British or UK food. It was stuff that they ate in the 80s that was the back of a corner shop that no one actually has anymore. So I was like, no, I will send you actual stuff that we eat. So got his PO box and I sent it out. So I've been waiting for this video for a while. Now, obviously, I didn't send kind of everything that's a UK snack because some of it is so ubiquitous across the world, like Kit Kat, for instance, which I think is probably the best Kit Kats you can get, probably from Japan. But Kit Kat is created and comes from England. I think it's Cambridge. Actually, it was 1905. It was created in England. So it is a very UK food, but everyone's got Kit Kat. But I sent a couple of things that are more ubiquitous worldwide and mainly stuff that is very UK only. So let's see what Peter thinks of actual UK snacks. Let's see.
Welcome to another video where I taste some snacks. A while ago I recorded a video where I tasted some UK snacks, but a YouTuber named Amusingly Average said those were...
Hey! I genuinely did not expect any kind of shout out. That's awesome. He could have just said, hey, someone in the comments said that they weren't. Thank you for that, because, you know, it's always nice things like that when somebody mentions your name. When another YouTuber mentions your name in hopefully a positive way, it's always nice. I appreciate that, Peter. Thank you.
Not good UK snacks. They didn't represent UK at all.
Nope.
So he sent me a big box with proper UK snacks. So today I'll be tasting them. I will be rating them. And yeah, big thanks to Amusingly Average for the box, and go and check him out if you haven't. He does kind of similar videos to me, also playing big brain games and some GeoGuessr. Okay.
I will be. Let's be clear though, not as many, because Peter doesn't do reacts. He actually, you know, plays proper games all the time. So yeah, I'm going to send it back the other way. If you haven't checked out GeoPeter or Petery, he's got both channels. Go and check out Peter, because yeah, he actually plays the proper games all the time. I will veer off. I always have the geography underbase. Always on a Wednesday we got GeoGuessr, and I try and make a lot more geography stuff, like in the community tabs we have geography things and everything. But I don't always go for the bigger brain stuff. And I'll be honest, anyone that's seen me in the comments when Peter goes live, it's 50-50 as to whether I'm any good on the games that he's playing. So he's nice to me there a little bit. But anyway.
Okay, I have not looked into this box yet.
What do we got? What's
so
he picking out first?
See, what do we have? Okay, we are starting with hula hoops.
Hula hoops!
I haven't seen these kinds of hula hoops. Big hoop.
Yes.
Irresistibly salted. All right, let's see what is here.
These are very,
we
very
have
British.
These kind of circular chips or crisps. Oh, they're very crunchy.
They are very crunchy.
Yeah, something similar in Latvia, just differently shaped.
If anyone knows what that is, please tell me, because I go to Latvia occasionally. I've not seen them. Or maybe I've had them and thought they were hula hoops. I don't know. Anyone knows, let me know. So I love hula hoops. So when I was growing up, there used to be an advert with some really well-known comedians at the time. And the advert was basically them as two kind of, you know, rough guys in a pub or in a cafe or whatever, and then have an argument with someone about the shape of hula hoops, and it was always, they're round, they've been around and they stay around forever. I found it funny, and it was a really cool advert, and so hula hoops always stays in my mind for things like that.
Very similar taste, but in Latvia we have the like very long and thin tubes instead of short and big. This one isn't bad. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Well, next we have McCoy's.
Yes.
Also, chips or crisps.
Very
Plain
crunchy.
grilled steak, flavor potato crisps.
So that's the most
we can
popular
win 10K
flavour.
pounds as well. Wow. Well, I imagine these ones will probably taste like any other crisps.
It's the texture of these that is different. The texture is very, very kind of...
They taste like grilled steak.
They've got good taste. It is... So this is... I was specific on this. That is the most popular flavour of McCoy's bought in the UK is the flame grilled. I made sure, Peter, that you got the most popular one. So yeah, McCoy's kind of taste have that, but they have a lot more flavour in them, and it's the texture. I love McCoy's more than most other crisps because there's a real bite to them. Like if you have normal crisps, I think you can eat packets and packets because they're so thin. McCoy's are not, and it's just like, okay, I've eaten something.
Okay, not. I was thinking it might be spicy, but it's not spicy. Definitely a very strong flavor, which I like. But these ones I like more than the other ones because of the intense flavor. So I would say an 8 out of 10.
They're my go-to for a meal deal. Is that pork pie?
Melton Mowbray pork pie.
Yes. So
I'm
vegetarian.
Safely say I've never had this before.
This is a very British thing. So those of you that are outside of the EU may not know this, but the EU has a very kind of protected thing that you can be part of. Now, okay, we've left the EU, but we're still our foods that are from certain places are still protected. So the one that everyone knows is Champagne is from the Champagne region of France. That's protected. If you go outside of that, you can't call it champagne. Pork pie, as that is, if it says Melton Mowbray pork pie, which is like the gold star basically, you cannot make it anywhere else and then just call it Melton Mowbray, which used to happen because everyone knows Melton Mowbray. Same as Cornish pasty. Cannot be called Cornish pasty if it's outside of Cornwall now because, you know, it's a very specific thing. Or at least it's not by that recipe, basically. So that's why it's very specifically Melton Mowbray. You get it for certain cheeses. A lot of Italian food have it protected. Baguettes in France are very protected on what they are. So that's why it's so specific.
15th of June. Is it June of this year or June of last year? Next year. Doesn't say the year. I don't know which year. I imagine it's this year. Well, it is slightly expired. Now, currently it's June 22nd, so it's only a week expired.
Oh,
that should be fine, right? It does require refrigeration. Oh, God.
No.
It does say keep refrigerated. Once open.
That was in date.
Oh, no, yeah. Also, before open, keep refrigerated.
God.
Well, I'll be careful with this one.
That was in date when I sent it.
Let's cut it and smell it, yeah. Okay,
that was in date when I sent it.
Open and see if it is.
Oh God! Don't eat it, Peter. Do not eat that.
I mean, it smells like.
No, that's pork. Don't eat fucking pork when it's past date.
You're not supposed to look like that.
Don't eat that.
I mean, it doesn't smell bad.
It's a week. That was on time when I sent it. I swear to God. Throw it away. Oh, God.
I'll give it a small bite.
I wouldn't. What are you, Rhett and Link? No. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was... I swear to God, I sent that in date. I swear that in date... I sent it in date. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I was not trying to poison Peter. Oh, fucking hell. That shouldn't have taken that long to get there. That was fresh from a... Like, that was... I literally got that from the fridge in date. Like, that had days left, and I sent it that day. God damn you, Postal Service. I sent it that day. That was... Like, I literally bought it, came home, packaged it, sent it. That should not have taken that long. That should not have been past date. I am so sorry, Peter. I am so sorry. That should not have been past date. And my God, you're brave. That's pork. Of any of the meats to not eat past date, chicken and pork, they're pretty high up there. Oh my God. I hope you're okay. Like, I hope you didn't get like a stomachache or anything from that, because I really wasn't trying to poison other YouTubers, okay? That was not my intention. I was trying to show him the good stuff. The one time, this is why vegetarians should never send meat. Yes, I'm vegetarian. That was in date. That was in date. Wasn't trying to poison him. Fuck. Well, let's say that one together. That gets a 0. The thing is, that's probably going to put him off of having one in the future if he sees one. Peter, if you see one in date, in a fridge when you come out, because you've been to the UK. If you ever see it, try it, because from people I know, like, it's a proper, really nice pie, everything like that. But past dates, oh my God. Oh, that's not good. Anyway.
Well, I got the impression of it. Unfortunately, it was expired. It had spent a bit too long in the mail. But I feel like I still got an impression of it, of how it was supposed to taste. So I would give it a 4 out of 10. Okay, next we have Terry's Orange.
Hey!
I'll admit I have had this and I love it.
Good man.
But
how can you not?
It. So what we have here is a chocolate orange, which is packed like this.
This is going to be a Brit that can open the Terry's chocolate orange.
Beauty. Lots of tasty chocolate pieces.
So nice.
Mm-hmm.
So let's give props. Every Brit here, let's give props for the fact that Peter could open that, because I have seen so many people from so many different countries that have no idea how to open a Terry's chocolate orange. So it's individual segments, but they're kind of molded together. You have to smack that against the table. Literally grab it and hit it against the table. Or throw it against a wall. Genuinely, I'm not messing with you. That is how you open a Terry's chocolate orange. But every time I've seen someone outside of the UK try and open one, they can't. Or I've actually seen someone try and eat it like that normal. You will break your teeth. Terry's chocolate orange, though, is amazing.
Just as good as I remember it being. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's
Absolutely.
really nice and sweet and chocolatey. Really good.
It's a very Christmassy thing as well.
Chocolate bars here. Let's...
It's what we do.
First, we have Dairy Milk Caramel.
The caramel's the best one.
Cadbury. 69, nice.
This used to
be tasty.
So the adverts for this when I was younger were done by a sexy bunny rabbit. This is how Lola the bunny started. I'm telling you, there was a sexy bunny rabbit. That's what sold us the Cadbury caramel.
The packaging looks very tasty, and caramel is a very good flavor as well. So it looks like this.
It's not just a flavor though. There's actual full-on caramel.
To break. Ooh. Look.
Ooh. Proper.
A bit too much.
Get a proper pull on that.
Very nice, very sticky. Reminds me kind of like the Mars bar. It's
I can
similar to
see that. I can see that a little bit.
I think I'll give this one... Okay, let's give this one a 10 out of 10.
Oh,
okay, this is the next one. Another Cadbury one, Dairy Milk without the caramel this time. Well, looks pretty much the same as the other one.
Has got a very kind of Cadbury
okay,
flavor.
this one just breaks apart with no filling at all, just pure chocolate.
It's a very distinct flavor.
This one is great. Just chocolate, good chocolate.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Next we have Double Decker Duo. Double Decker like
now
a
this
bus.
You should put this in the fridge.
Chunky big bar. Let's see. So we have 2 smaller bars inside.
Oh, they've changed that. So this one is best refrigerated because it solidifies. It makes it so much better, even frozen sometimes.
No, it's double decker because the bottom is very crunchy and the top is soft. That's why it's double decker.
Indeed.
And duo is because it's 2 of them. It feels like this chocolate bar kind of has an identity crisis. Does it want to be soft? Does it want to be crunchy? You can't really tell, so it's both. The taste is very sweet, sticky. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, I'll be honest.
So here's my answer to that. It's amazing how different that tastes when you put it in the fridge or the freezer. I should have put a note in. I should have put a note saying refrigerate first. With the double decker, it's a texture thing, but genuinely the texture has an effect on the taste as well. If you put that in the fridge or the freezer and everything kind of just tightens up a little bit, the taste, and it doesn't feel as completely different because the way that it is there at normal room temperatures, it's very soft and then solid. Whereas when it's more solidified, there's more of a bite to it, and that just makes it so much better. But that's my fault. I should have put a little note in there saying.
So I'll rate it 5 out of 10. So next we have Twix.
Well, which comes from us
Twix in Latvia. I imagine it probably is.
As I said, I put some in there that everyone knows.
Try and see.
But Twix is from the UK.
Like any other Twix, I would imagine.
Can't beat a Twix.
Good old Twix. Haven't had it in a while, actually. It brings back memories.
It's got to be an old
Crunchy
favourite.
bottom, soft top. I mean, it's tasty. Not as crunchy as that previous one. Twix is a solid 7 in my books.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next, we have something similar, maybe, because I can feel.
No,
two
12's
little
different.
Bars inside as well. Twirl. So this is how it looks. A little bit kind of twirled.
12 is very different.
Yeah. Bristle. You can
amazing.
See it dripping. It's basically like porous chocolate made into a bar. I mean, porous chocolate is good. I like it.
I should have said Whisper, because Whisper's
It's
way
literally
more
just
British.
chocolate. There's nothing else. I would give this a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's
Next,
amazing.
we have another little bar, mini bar from Cadbury.
Freddo!
Dairy.
Okay, so this is anyone that's outside the UK, the Freddo is a little bit of a meme, and I think I actually made a comment when I reacted to the video last time, because I fully reacted to his last video on UK food and said it is not British snacks if there isn't a Freddo in there, because it's a weird thing. So when prices go up everywhere, the one thing that the British, as a nation, like every generation does this in the UK, the way that we will say, like, if prices are going out of control is, how much is a Freddo? Because if a Freddo is a certain amount, well, that's ridiculous. It costs this much to have a Freddo now, because it's just a little bit of chocolate. So this is kind of a meme in the UK of food. Like, oh, well, I remember when a Freddo was this much. And when I was a kid, a Freddo was like 5 pence. And it's like 50 pence now. So it's like, it's the meme. So that's why that was one of the things to send. It is basically just chocolate, but slightly less calories, I think, in it. But
Milk Freddo, a little froggy. So it looks like a little bit of a creepy frog.
there is a caramel version as well.
Happy looking, but
I went for the basic.
yeah, let's give it a try. I imagine it's just milk chocolate.
It is slightly different. I think there's less sugar in the Freddo.
No, literally just chocolate. I mean, it's a chocolate. I don't know. It felt like there was some not so pleasant taste to it.
That would be the less
like
chocolate.
Aftertaste.
Sorry, the less sugar. Yeah.
Not sure. Maybe it was an old bar or something.
No, I think it's the less.
No,
I think there's less sugar in
that.
that.
Next year, so I don't know. I guess it's supposed.
I think the idea for the Freddo, I'm pretty sure a while ago they took more sugar out because it's like a proper kids one. It's less sugar so that it's better for kids. I don't know, it's still bloody chocolate, but that's probably what it is. It's probably an aftertaste of like fake sugar that you can taste, Peter, to be fair.
To have that aftertaste then. Not so pleasant. So I'll bring the rating down a notch because of that. Let's give it a 7 out of 10.
That's fair. Go for
What
the
is
just
this?
basic bar. But I had to put it in there. It's a meme.
Dab.
Dib dabs!
It feels like there is a lollipop
There is.
inside, and am I supposed to dip it in something?
Absolutely, it's in there
there's
already,
some
man.
Powder in here.
Yeah.
Sherbet dip with a tasty strawberry flavor.
Gotta love it.
jolly. Oh no, lolly.
I don't know how strawberry
Inside,
the
it
lolly
looks
actually is.
pretty much
but
as you would imagine, like a lolly with some sherbet, as they call it.
it's awesome.
This feels very unhealthy.
oh, I'm sure it is.
kind of
There's no way this is healthy.
This reminds me of those candies with some like fizzy filling. It's basically this.
Yeah, it's the sherbet.
Just
yeah.
a different combination. How more fizziness, less candy in this
Basically.
this combination.
Dib dabs are great.
I feel
as
like
well.
this filling is the best part. The lolly itself is like the most underwhelming part of it all.
Absolutely. It's the
I
shovel.
would rather just eat this. So
So
this
that
feels more like a gimmick
yeah,
to me.
it's so that's basically a shovel. I don't know anyone that really has a lollipop. The whole thing is you tend to just get the lollipop and put it in and just shovel the sherbet in. That's how I've ever known any of my friends and in my family and me. That's how we've always eaten it. It's always just a shovel. And then obviously when it gets wet, it gets more of the sherbet. So you're absolutely right, Peter. It's you could literally replace it with a little plastic spoon and that would work as well. But that's what it's really for.
I would give this a 6 out of 10.
That's
The
fair.
10
That's more of a
ultimate
nostalgia thing
treats
for me.
of this video.
Jaffa cakes!
I can't remember if I've had Jaffa cakes before. I've definitely heard of them, but
Jaffa
have
cakes
I
are
had
awesome.
them? I can't remember.
There's a few different
So
versions.
Jaffa cakes, I feel like I might have had them. We have very similar sweets. Like also like a biscuit with a filling and chocolate.
So it's not
we
biscuit,
have
it's a
sweets
cake.
like that, but they're not called Jaffa cakes.
It's soft. It's
And
actually a
I might
sponge.
have had Jaffa cakes on this channel before as well. I really.
But if you
can't
haven't had them,
remember.
you wouldn't know.
But I'll give them a try and see.
So this is one of those things of how do you eat yours? Because I always eat the center first.
They're pretty good. Is Jaffa cake a cake or a biscuit?
It's a cake.
I would need to look at definitions of
Cake.
and
It's a literal
biscuit.
cake.
But I can say it tastes good. Intuitively, I would call this a biscuit.
Okay. I know I'm stopping a lot in this. I'm sorry. And please go and check out Peter's video fully where you don't just have me yapping on in the background. But this is time for boring fun fact thing. Anyway, so in like the 90s, I think it was, they literally had this. So in the UK, what companies get taxed on? Luxury biscuits are taxed higher or get taxed when they come in, when you import them into the country, or when you export them from the country, there's an additional tax. But cake is not taxed. So McVitie's, who make Jaffa cakes, literally legally proved that the Jaffa cake is a cake. It is not a debate. It hasn't been a debate. So people always try and have the debate, but it's a legal definition. There is actually an answer to this, and it is a cake. So what McVitie's did was they baked 2 9-inch, in proportion, same proportions, cakes. They 9-inch versions of that, and they left them because the biggest difference in the way that they determine it is a biscuit will go soft as it goes stale. So if you leave biscuits, anyone in the US, the hard cookies basically is what hard cookies are what the UK call biscuits. Soft cookies we call cookies, hard cookies we call biscuits, okay? And when that goes stale, they go soft. But when a cake goes stale, it goes hard. So this was the definition. They left it. The Jaffa cakes went hard, and they were given the legal definition of being cakes, and so they didn't have to pay more tax. I know it's a fun/boring fact, but it is the definitive answer. They are legally defined as cakes. On to actually something more interesting, which is, pizza.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it counts as a cake. The jam here is very tasty. Gives a nice flavor.
There's
very
2
soft.
different flavors as well.
The chocolate
You get
is a
strawberry
bit, how do you say it? Drippy.
Very flaky, yeah.
Cracks, falls. I don't know. But that's a bit of a downside there. So I would give this an 8 out of 10. And last but not
That's
least, we have the
Iron
drink remaining. What is this? I've never seen this in my life.
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew. Brewed in Scotland to a secret recipe since 1901.
This is the best-selling
Scottish
soft drink in
This
Scotland.
bottle is made
Not
from
even
100%
close.
recycled plastic. Bottle made from 100% recycled plastic. Cap and label are recyclable, but not recycled plastic. Okay. So
Iron Brew's a weird one, but very Scottish.
A bit of a chemical smell.
I'm sure. God knows what's in Iron Brew. What's he going to think
A
of
bit
it?
of a sparkly drink, not too sweet, which I like. Is that like an orange flavor?
Nope. I don't know what it is. Actually, it's just Iron Brew.
What flavor is it? I feel like I've had some
Iron Brew.
very similar drinks before on this channel. It's hard to describe the flavor, but
It doesn't really have one. It's just Iron Brew.
maybe kind of like a candy flavor.
It's so
Not my
weird.
favorite flavor, I'll be honest. I can drink it, it's tasty, but
That's fair.
I would probably choose something else in a store.
See, in Scotland,
I will give
best-selling.
it a 7 out of 10. All in all, great snacks from the UK. Thank you again, Amusingly Average,
the one I tried to
for
put
the opportunity for sending me these snacks.
Thanks for
Go and
my
check
name.
out his channel in the description. Huge thanks to all my patrons for supporting this channel. I hope you all have a wonderful...
There you go. Those are the patrons, so you can check out the patrons as well. But thank you again, Peter, for saying my name. You didn't need to. You could have just said, hey, one of my viewers, because I am obviously a viewer and I am subscribed to the channel, had sent me some more stuff. So thank you very much. And obviously, thank you for telling people to come and check me out, because they might like me, they might not, but I appreciate you doing that. So that's an interesting one. Irn-Bru there at the end, it outsells Coke, it outsells Pepsi, it outsells everything, and has done pretty much since its inception. It's a very Scottish drink, although I really enjoy Irn-Bru as well. Irn-Bru is like, it's almost like an energy drink, but it technically isn't. There is actually an energy drink version of Irn-Bru that you can get, which is weird. But it is quite funny because like when energy drinks turned up, Irn-Bru immediately got put there. And it's like, it's never been an energy drink. It's just sugary. But there is no real flavour. Irn-Bru flavour is Irn-Bru. That's it. Again, I am so sorry that I sent a pork pie that ended up not being in date. I sent it on the day. It should have had another, I think, 7 or 8 days. So that took way longer than it should do, because the UK to Latvia, I can get a 2-hour flight. Like, that shouldn't have taken that long by post. Even driving should not have taken that long. I am really sorry that did that, because that should have been something a little bit different. I was going to put Scotch eggs in there, but I ended up with the pork pie, and clearly not a good idea. I should have sent something else, maybe something that just wasn't meat, was probably the better option. But I thought I'd do something different, because obviously, as you said, I sent a lot of chocolate bars. But there we go. But it does seem like he enjoyed those. There's a lot of 7 or 8, so mainly in the higher end, apart from the pork pie, which are a 4. But mainly on the higher end. There's a few of those that's interesting. The Freddo, like I say, I'm pretty sure they reduce the sugar, so I can understand there's a slightly different taste at the end of that some people will like, some people won't. And yeah, the Cadbury flavours. The fact that something got a 10 out of 10, and I will say this, on the original video, which you can go and see on Peter's channel, and you can see my react to it on this channel, there were no 10 out of 10s, okay? So that company that sent them, do better. But I'm glad you enjoyed those, Peter, and anybody out there that wants to try British food, if you ever look at those companies, my suggestion is mine are more kind of British, actually what we eat. You can find some of the stuff that is like at the back of a store or something at those companies, but a lot of stuff I would have gave Peter there, as long as you make sure it's in date, you're going to be able to get hold of, and it's going to be a lot better. And like I say, Kit Kat, every time you have a Kit Kat, which is probably one of the world's biggest chocolate bars, that is very, very British, but I didn't include in this one because everyone has Kit Kat. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. Do go and check Peter out. Go and check the version of that video out without me yapping in the background, and you probably have a better time. But that's Petery, so you can see him at Petery. I'm going to put both of his channels below, because if you want something a little bit different with a few kind of random games in there, some reacts, different things like that, that's Petery. But GeoPeter is his main channel, and that's where you get like what Peter's really kind of mainly about, which is a lot more the geography. You can see in the background he's got the flags and stuff like that. He works for GeoGuessr, so you get a lot more of the kind of just seeing how good he is at this stuff. Although he's a very humble GeoGuessr player, I have to say. But you can see a lot more of that on GeoPeter as well. So both of them are going to be below. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Thanks, everyone.